Hey guys, welcome back to Bobby and Cece. Today it is just Bobby, and we are going to be doing something a little exciting, a little bit fun. So I ordered these pressed pigments off of Instagram, a cosmetic manufacturer from the UK called BowsBeautyxx, and today we are going to be trying those loose pigments on our eyes today, and we are also going to be doing some swatches on our arms so we can see what those look like. So if you are excited to see those, then like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. Also, just as like a reminder, I am blind. So if I have a mirror in front of my face, I promise I'm trying really hard not to block you. So let's get into it. Alright guys, so I've scooched in a little bit closer, and we are obviously going to be applying these to our eyes, so hopefully you can like see things. But first we are going to show you the product. I am going to show you the product, I should say. Alright, so this is what it comes in, this type of a packaging. Let me hold this like heck back here. And it was folded up, but I'm trying to avoid like the crinkly situationings over here, so I did already like undo it, and it came in a like white envelope package. Oh, I got pigment all inside of my bag and on my hand. It is very like pink orange heavy. There are 4 pigments that are not pink and orange, just there is the yellow one, the green one, the blue one, and the purple one. Then there are 2, I would say, orange ones. One's a little pinky orange, one's, I would say, a little more yellow orange. There is one that is a, I would say, pinky orange leaning pink, where the other one is pinky orange leaning orange. And then there are 3 just regular pink ones. There is a kind of cranberry-ish, raspberry-ish pink one. And then there is a neon hot pink, and then one that is kind of purpley pink. So, in order to use all of these pigments, I'm gonna try to do a little something, I think. Maybe, we'll see. I'm not making any promises about what this is gonna look like, but we're just gonna like give it a go. So, I am going to prime my eyes. What did I do with that? Oh, right next to me. With my P. Louise eyeshadow makeup base, just to give this like the most fair chance that I possibly can. And then, yeah. Just gonna zoom through this section. And then for anybody who wants to know, I have the shade Rumor, which is 0.05, and I know right now it looks like hella light, and it's not necessarily intentional. I am a lot paler usually. There's just a crazy situation over here. I don't even. Okay. I am scared. Scared. Okay. So, I am not a loose pigment kind of girl. So we're just gonna like see how things go down. If things get crazy, like that's why we started with no makeup on our cheeks, because things might get hairy. So traditionally you start with the lightest color, but I'm just gonna kind of like do some things. Like I'm just gonna go in. I have absolutely like no idea about what I'm gonna do, but like, yeah, okay. Well, okay, so this already is like hella smooth. So it feels really smooth, and a brush does matter. Okay, you know what? All right, we're gonna try something different. All right, guys, I'm back with my makeup on. This is what we look like. So I used these two on my bottom lash line. This one is in my inner corner, well, not my inner corner, but like the front third of my eye. Then goes into this one. Into this guy. And then I did that into this one right here. I did the liner with the purple, like the wing part on the back of my eye. I then also did, these two are on the top part of my crease. This one is in the front, this one is in the back. And then to kind of blend these three together, like ish, I added a little bit of this like deeper reddish one, kind of on the outer corner of my eye. I did make a point to use every color so that I would have a good idea about how every color performed. On the lower lash line, both of these two that I used performed very well. I also did a little bit of the yellow on the outside and inside of my eye, along with some of this e.l.f. glitter. Yeah, okay. And this is in 24 karat gold. And I put that on the inside and along the outside of my eye. My thoughts, because that's what you're here for, right? So the yellow is a little greener than I was expecting, but it is neon, and neon yellows do lean towards the green side. So just know that your yellow, this one, even though it looks crazy bright yellow, it does lean green, just so you know. So that's what that green, this orangey one, I had the most problem with this one and the blue one, getting them to stay. So this one, I feel like the pigmentation wasn't as good while I was trying to pack it on. It seemed to like brush away. So the first situation that I tried to do, the first eye look I tried to do, it just brushed away completely. Like it left a very like little bit left behind, because these have to be used a very specific way. And let me tell you, you know how I'm like the complexion queen, I don't do a lot of eyeshadow? Yeah, we trial and errored this. So now we know how to use these, and we're excited about these because of how pigmented they are. But this one still, even with the little tricks and tips that I was using to try to get them to stay on, it still just is not as potent as I was expecting. The blue was patchy. And if you get a whole bunch on your brush, so if you like pack it on the tip of your brush like this, and, well, let me see, on the tip of your brush and really pack it on there, you can get it to build up. However, if you do not have some type of glue, primer, whatever, mixed in with it or sprayed onto it or something, it does not stay as well. I did spray this Everyday Vacay coconut spray that I got from my BoxyCharm onto it to try to get it to like, I guess, blend together better. It did not work, so don't do that. The best way that I got these two to inevitably work, because I mean, you have seen the way that this eyeshadow did end up, and it does not look funky or patchy. This side, the blue is a little bit patchy, and on this side, the orange is a little bit patchy. So this blue is patchy on this side, this orange is patchy on this side, but not that bad. It's not that bad. Nothing you couldn't just wear out. Nobody else would really notice. The one that I found to be the most pigmented out of all of them, the one that kind of went on the best out of all of them, is actually the green one. Once I figured out how to use them, the green one went on so well. The purple one is also really good. I actually didn't have to build the purple one up at all with my first try of doing using these shadows. My very first try, the purple blended away, the blue blended away, the green blended away, everything just blended away because there wasn't anything sticky underneath of it, which now I know you need something sticky. So after I primed my eyelids with my P. Louise makeup base, I put a dollop on the back of my hand and patted it out a little bit. And then I took the leftover and I went over the area. So I did my whole eye, like put a dollop on it, did my whole eye, left the excess on here and on my finger, and then I took my brush, I dipped my brush, like I rubbed my brush into the P. Louise makeup base, just the very tip of it, and then I dipped it into the yellow and then pushed the yellow onto the base with a little bit of that base onto my brush. Then I cleaned off my brush, and then I did the same thing and dipped it into the orange and so on and so forth. Now with the green one, when I first was trying to get it on, it was being a little funky, and I was wondering like, if this doesn't work. This works for yellow, it doesn't really work for orange, but it worked really well for the pink one, it worked really well for the red one, so we're gonna try something different with this green one. So with the green one, I actually packed it down like onto my shadow base, like I packed wet shadow base on, put the green on, and then I took this Everyday Vacay spray and I sprayed a little bit on my hand. I rubbed my brush in it, I rubbed it on my little brush cleaner, and then I dipped it into the green so the brush was wet but not too wet, and then rubbed it in, and it actually spread so much better than it did before. So I guess a little trick maybe to spray your inside of a cap. So I used the inside of the cap, I sprayed it in the cap, and then I dipped my brush in it, and then I wiped all of the excess off of it so my brush was damp, not wet, and then dipped it into the pigment and then pushed it onto my wet eyeshadow base, and it just worked so much better. Also, if you put a little tiny dot of makeup base on here and you have a whole bunch of your pigment and you kind of like, you put your pigment on the tip of your brush, only the tip of your brush, kind of rub it in, rub the tip of your brush in to it so it's really just on the tip. I'm holding another brush, which it's the reason why it's still on here. So I rubbed it into my hand and it was only on the tip, and then I would take the whole side of the brush, the side, and dip it into my pigment so that the pigment was only on the one side. So this side still has a little bit of like tiny little babies of the makeup base, and the other side has the pigment on it. And then I took the pigmented side and press. And as I was pressing, I noticed like the makeup base on the other side would kind of, I guess, keep the area damp to get it to stay. Now, I don't know if that's something that you're usually supposed to do with this type of eyeshadow. Like, I'm not really sure, because this is the first like attempt, I guess, at a loose pigment that is neon like this that I have ever tried. Okay? With these neon rainbow shadows plus my Love is Love palette, the two of them together are going to make a very glorious eye look for next year's Pride, because I am going to be rocking the most amazing neon queen look that there is possible. So I'm excited. I'm excited about these pigments. I did have to work with them. I did have to do a little extra to get them to stay, as you will with all pigments, pressed pigments and loose pigments. Just know, in the grand scheme of eyeshadow, your regular pressed eyeshadows are not as pigmented, so they blend better, they work better, they stick better. They are also pressed with, I don't even know what, it's pressed with something that makes them adhere, okay? So then you have your pressed pigments, which have a little bit of that stuff to press into it to help them adhere, but also they are hecka pigmented, so they have a lot of fallout, and they don't blend as easy as an eyeshadow, and they also don't build up the same way. A loose pigment has none of that staying power on its own. Like, you can't stick powder on your regular skin and expect it to stay. It just won't. So going in knowing that that's how that works, then if you can get it to work, you will be able to have a bomb-ass eyeshadow look like this. I mean, I feel like I look amazing. The pigmentation, like, they are so bright. I am certain that if I were to go into black light, that I would be like, which is super duper cool. So my next play with these guys, I'm gonna try to use them as like liners and see how that goes. I will let you guys know if before I post this video I have tried it or not. If not, it won't be down there. Yeah, okay. So overall, I would give these pigments an A. Just a regular old A. Not an A-, just an A. Because once you figure out how to use them, they're amazing and they work really well. So, Bows Beauty. This is what their logo looks like. Go check them out. They're on Instagram. It's BowsBeautyxx, so at BowsBeautyxx. And pick some of these up. It's a small business. They make good product. Like, support a small business, especially during this like situationing in our world. I'm super excited about it, and I hope you are too, and I hope you guys go pick some up. So thank you guys so much for coming and watching my review about these pigments, and look forward to an update in the description below after I have worn these and maybe how they wear throughout the day. So look forward to that. Like, subscribe, comment, all of the things, do all of the things, and we will see you guys later. Bye.